Chapter 63, Daniel. Don't you have houses of your own to go to? Xander asks when Oliver and I don't go home after church. And aren't they, like, next door? Hardy har har, I roll my eyes. You're so funny. If you must know, we were going to hang out and wait for Lynn and Grayson to get back. That worried about damage control? Xander heads up the stairs and we follow behind him. I'm hopeful that everything will go well, Oliver says. I mean, Grayson has been hung up on Lynn for a couple of months, and everything was fine when they went axe throwing by themselves. I know that wasn't a date, but no one else was there, and no one was maimed. But this is a real date, and they knew that going into it, I add as we get into Xander's room. I don't know if Grayson will be able to rein himself in and take it slow. I'm worried he'll dump his months of pining on Lynn all at once. I'm hoping if it does seem like a lot, having us here to break up any potential tension will give them a better chance overall. Basically showing Lynn that our friend group safety net is still here so she can give things a real chance. Xander shuts his door behind us. Something like that, I admit. So do you think they'll be good together? Xander sits on his bed. They've been friends their whole lives, and they fight less than Lynn does with Jed or Tristan. Grayson seems like he's ready to have a serious relationship, so I think it could work. Oliver sits in Xander's desk chair. I don't know what type of lasting power they'll have, but I don't see any reason it ends super badly. I plop on the comfy chair at the foot of Xander's bed. Sounds like you're already ready to pick up the pieces when it ends. Xander rummages around in his nightstand. I mean, it'd be great if they're in-game material, but to be realistic, the longest relationship either of them has had is like a month. It could be because they're meant to be, and that's why nothing else has lasted, but I'm reserving judgment on that until they've lasted longer than one date. A date we don't know that they've survived yet. Hey, if I can get the girl, so can Grayson, Oliver says. I've been crushing on Kaylee for about the same time frame, and we're officially dating now. She even said she'd wear my extra jersey to school this Friday. Yeah, but you're good at relationships and commitment, Xander points out. I think growing up, you took those skills for yourself, and that's why none of the other knights know how to commit. He finally pulls a script out of his nightstand. Hey, just because I don't want to be in a committed relationship right now doesn't mean I'm not capable. I take the proffered script. Sure, Xander rolls his eyes. Anyway, congratulations on your new relationship, Oliver. Thanks. I still can't believe she said yes. Of course she did. You're a great guy. If we're being honest, you're probably the best of the knights. You definitely are when it comes to relationships. I flip to the first act in the script. Yeah, I guess. Oliver blushes. Everything with y'all seemed like it was going fairly well at the party last night. Xander refers to Kaylee and Oliver dancing close before blowing off the rest of the party together. Parties aren't their scene, so they left early. From Oliver's blushing when asked about it earlier, I'm pretty sure there was plenty of kissing when he dropped her off at her house. It was great. Oliver smiles and ducks his head to hide his blush. Sensing he doesn't want to talk about it, I shift gears. First act, scene 1, I look at Xander. Xander nods. Yeah, I'd like to go through it all if we can. I continue to run lines with Xander while Oliver takes pictures and fiddles with his phone. When he's distracted on his phone for a bit, I snap a quick picture of him. Mama Kingston complains about not getting enough Oliver pictures because he prefers to be behind the lens. We run through Xander's entire script for the winter play when my phone goes off. Oh, looks like we're about to find out how everything went. Lynn just texted saying they're 5 minutes out and she's planning on coming in the front door. I read the text off my phone. From the other side of the door we hear, "Front door, mission is a go." We rush out of the room to see one of the twins running down the stairs. We spend a couple of minutes chasing down and catching Parker. Once we have him caught, he refuses to say where Sean is, so we leave him with Colton to watch for a few minutes. Xander goes in search of Sean, while Oliver and I go to warn Lynn and Grayson. The last time the twins were at the door when Lynn got home from a date, they pantsed the guy and sang that annoying tree song for months. Needless to say, none of us want them to pants Grayson, and we definitely don't want to hear them singing about Lynn and Grayson sitting in a tree. That'd be awkward no matter what, but more so if they don't stay together. We open the front door to warn them at what is probably the worst moment, especially if you'd ask Grayson. Their lips have barely met before they're jumping back and looking at Oliver and me by the door. If looks could kill, Grayson would have murdered both of us. Lynn looked surprised and slightly embarrassed. Sorry, Sean and Parker were headed this way. I feel a bit uncomfortable with this situation. Ugh, what is their obsession with crashing the end of my dates? Lynn complains. My guess would be since there was a time they snuck up on you and got to pants someone, they're hoping this is a moment of weakness that they can have repeat success. Oliver uses air quotes and everything. Well, I guess I'll see you at school tomorrow. Grayson clearly gives up on having any more alone time with Lynn. See you tomorrow. Good night. Lynn blushes slightly. Night. Oliver follows Grayson across the street. Want me to head out, or do you want to talk about it? I ask. She shrugs. Not much to talk about. It went well. I had a good time. I obviously let him kiss me goodnight, even if that kiss was shorter than either of us expected. It was too short to know if it was a good kiss, you know? I mean, it wasn't awkward or anything. Not awkward is a good thing. Yeah, I think I'll have to wait to see if there are sparks. I raise an eyebrow. So that sounds like you're planning on another date? Yeah, I mean, I think so. We didn't exactly talk about it because, but I'd be on board with another date. But since I asked him on this one, I'm going to wait and let him ask me on the next one in case we aren't on the same wavelength. I laugh. I'm pretty sure the death glare Oliver and I got for interrupting your kiss says you're on the same page. I wouldn't be surprised if he asked you out again tomorrow. Maybe. Lynn looks unsure but hopeful. Well, if you don't need to do a whole debrief, then I'm going to head home and go to bed. Good night, Daniel. Lynn hugs me. Good night. I walk next door, and I'm glad their date seemed to go well and there's no fallout or issues to deal with yet.